Hello, what is the best way to journal trades for the long uptrend swing trading strategy? Well, the best way for me to journal is to put arrows on the chart. For instance, let's analyze JBHT as of May 10, 2026. And I'm not talking about bookkeeping of your trades, but I'm more talking about buying and selling a journal of, oh, sorry. Yeah, when it comes to journaling, like writing down your trade. We are looking at JBHT here, and I have not bought it yet. We are going to go to maximum monthly chart. We have this support line that is long that we like to buy at. So it's passing by the higher low of the chart. We like to buy along that support line. So color coding that line to be different from the default color for the line automatically tell us where we want to buy. That's a form of journaling. So because again, you can, for some chart platform or trading platform, you can log in. It will save or could save your things on the chart for you. So having the support line I like to buy at color coded automatically, when I'm analyzing this chart, I know that there is where I want to buy. So we are going to go back to maximum daily chart and looking at where the price is run out to where we want to buy is nowhere near where we want to buy. It's closer to all-time highest price. Using maximum chart, automatically it will show us all-time highest price on the chart, and that is our exit default. We want to sell after it surpassed that price. After we bought it, to sell it, we will sell it after it surpassed all-time highest price. So automatically we have where we want to sell it, the lowest point we want to sell it automatically mark on the chart for us. That is another form of journaling, using that maximum chart. So now when we make the purchase, we will use the arrow. Let's say we made a purchase there. I will put the arrow somewhere there on the day, because it's a daily chart. On the day that I made the purchase, I'll put the arrow underneath that daily bar, because every bar here is 1 day fluctuation, or 1 day fluctuation of the price. So I would like to put the arrow right underneath the bar, and later when I put my mouse on it, I know the dates that I purchased, not necessarily the price that I pay. I can estimate the price by looking at the corresponding price of where that bar is. It could be any price within that day bar. And we have the price on the y-axis from $0 up, and we have the date on the x-axis from the past to the present. And when we sell it, let's zoom back. So it reached all-time highest price somewhere here. So that will be the minimum default point. Assuming we got in the trade around here, this will be the default exit point when it surpassed all-time highest price that this peak was. But then we will decide if we want to sell it or stay in the trade, depending on how long it continued to go up before it was done. So if we decided to sell it right after it reached all-time highest price, and we sell it somewhere, let's just say around this bar, I'll put an arrow above it I will just click there. I will have the arrow, and then I will change the direction facing down above that. That way later, when I put my mouse on it, or my mouse on that bar that is pointing out, it will correspond to the dates that I sold it, but not necessarily the price that I sold it for. So that is another form of journaling. And as I continue analyzing these stocks later on, I can use those as a reference to see where I purchased it before, if I purchased it before, where I sold it, or if I sold it already. I will be able to just tell by looking at those arrows on the chart. And if I sold it too quickly and then it continued going up for a while, then I know that I sold it too early. And next time that I bought it again, I will think twice on where I will want to sell it based on my previous experience. So, and if I sold it and then it dropped all the way back down, then I know that yes, it was a good sell area. Alternatively, when I bought it and then it went all the way down, then I know that, well, it's not respecting this line, or maybe there is another line below that is going after. So I'm going to take those out of here because I have not purchased it yet. And since it's far from where we want to buy, we are not going to buy this just here. I can, let's put NVIDIA, for instance. NVDA. So when we are looking at NVDA, I purchased it multiple times already and sold it multiple times. So we are going to go to the past. This should be in 2024 that I purchased it and sold it. I'm seeing this arrow here, but I'm not seeing where okay, so I bought it there, and that will be 6/18/2024, and then it went down. I kept it, and then I sold it there, and that bar is higher than where I bought it here. And then I purchased it there, purchased it again, and sold it there. Purchase it here, and sold it there. Purchase it here when it went back down, and sold it there, and so forth. So by just looking at those historical purchases on this, I can say that I can see how many days I kept it before I sold it. So I was using short option swing trading strategy there, and I bought it and I sold it, and then I bought it again in December 2024, and then it pulled all the way back down here. And this is a line I should have purchased it on it, but I didn't purchase it back then. When I purchased it, yeah, I wanted to just wait and sell it, and I sold it here when it reached all-time highest price and exceeded. I sold it there and just locking that profits, and I have not found a way to get back in yet, because to buy, I would prefer to wait and buy around this line. And I sold it there, but now by looking, it went up, all-time highest price here, pulled back down, and continue going up. So I sold it somewhere here, 161, and is 215. So it's not ready to come back down yet. So by looking at those arrows, I can see how I traded in the past to see what I will do differently. And again, the strategy that I use here was different than the strategy I used in 2025, and in 2026 strategy is improving 2025 strategy, and so forth. So by trying to improve the strategy from one year to the other, and look and see for some purchases what I would have done differently, because I'm swing trading the same stocks over and over and over is my goal. So therefore, this form of journaling allowed me to quickly learn what I did before, if it was a good things or what I would do differently. I don't put it in word. I just like to use those signs. So when it comes to bookkeeping of your trade, I use a spreadsheet where I will put down the stock symbol and name, how many shares I purchased, what the price, the unit price was, the total that I paid, and then the day that I purchased it, and I'll just let it be. When I sold it months later, I'll put the day that I sold it, the share that I sold, the unit price, and the total that I sold it for. And then I'll calculate the profit between, after the fee, if I pay a fee for it to sell it, I'll calculate the profit from, the gross revenue minus how much I purchased that stocks. It will give me the profit. So I try to track every trade, purchase and sell on one line for each stock. And if I purchase it multiple times, I'll have multiple rows for that particular stocks for the number of times that I'm purchasing. And when I sold all of them, I will complete the sell session for each one of those stocks, because if I purchase it multiple times, a lot of time I just sell it all at the same time. I'm trying to improve my entry point, and later I can work on improving my exit point. But right now I try to sell everything. If I purchase it multiple times, I try to sell everything at once. But again, there is a possibility to just sell a portion, in case you think it can continue going up, but you are not sure. It's all by doing, improving, that you will find what works for you. That is the best way for me to journal my swing trade. And which one is yours? How do you journal your swing trade? At the beginning, 2024, I used a PowerPoint presentation to write down and use a screenshot of my purchase and my sell. But later, I noticed that I didn't use it. But I spent a lot of time doing that every day or over the weekend. And over time, I just try to pay attention to what I'm not using so that I can stop doing them to save time, so that I do not dread doing my chart analysis, but just, and the same way that in 2024 I swing trade using short up to long swing trading strategy, purchased and sold every few days, and at the end of the year it was a lot of purchases, a lot, and then I decided that why not using long up to long swing trading strategy, purchase and wait to sell, because purchasing it here and selling a few days later, if I purchase it, the one that I purchased, if I sold it, I pick another, between this and this, there are 2 sales between and 2 purchases between, if not 3. So why if when I purchase it here, I sold it here instead? Those questions, which one will give me more profit? And in most cases, I have more profit doing that analysis for most of the stocks. So then I decided in 2025 I will purchase a lower and sell it higher. Now just do it every few days. Now every swing, but bigger swings that will have multiple swings between. And then in 2026, an improved version of that is up to long swing trading strategy, where I will decide the value line that I like to buy and decide the peak I like to sell it at. But again, it has plenty of room for improvement. So thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you for all your comments. We thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence. And swing trading could be one way to, make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. As a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I just swing trade in my husband and I joint account, and I like to share my learning experience and my skills here with you. If you can find few tips useful that you can improve upon to, to use in your own financial success journey, just use our information at your own discretion. So thank you so much for your time. For more videos in this series, will you please check the playlist How to Swing Trading step by step using long Uptrend in the description of this video. Thank you so much for your time. Happy swing trading.